Okay, back to the old grind. Did you miss me? I sure missed you. Yeah. So, for those who are just tuning in, I got a bit of an update regarding my life. What's up, Drew? Sorry. Yeah. So, something that's been going on recently in terms of my personal life is, well, I've got another interview going on, and this time it'll be on, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. I'm really hoping this job interview goes well. Because I'm just seriously hoping that I get back into working at some point. As far as I'm concerned, YouTube avenues, as far as I'm concerned, like AdSense seems to be the only place I'm actually getting money these days. What's up, Ben? How have you been these past few weeks? Doing good, I assume? And don't worry, if an if an impersonator of somehow barges in, I'm not even gonna react. I'm just gonna leave everything to you, moderators. Yeah, just like that. What's up, Joe? I literally don't even know you, so I'm not really sure. Nice. Hi, Timothy. Glad to see you're doing well. Writing some more scripts. Awesome. Hey, maybe at some point you could probably show me, like, what you've been doing. I'm really interested in seeing what your scripts are like. Hmm. Same dude. I've been friends with Simon since, well, a decade now. Oh, there we go. I almost put you in timeout. I almost accidentally put you in timeout for a second. But yeah, now we're doing something a little different here. Hi, Jonathan. Nice to have you in here. You only recently started becoming friends with him. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, Simon's just a really nice guy to talk to. Reg! Welcome! Yeah, I know you guys didn't really know this, but Reggie right here does streams of his own. And his stuff is just phenomenal. And thank you, Reg. I appreciate it. Yeah, he really is. Gotta get this. Gotta get this smoothed out. Hello, Nasser. I've been doing good. Getting back into the old grind. By the way, Joe, I took a listen to that song you mentioned in the comment section for one of your videos, for one of my videos, and yeah, I really loved it. Mm-hmm. Definitely kind of person. Oh yeah. Especially since like he's been to a lot of places and met a hell of a lot of people. Even more than me, arguably. Yeah, it's gonna get super scorching this week. Yeah, also, I'm glad you made it here earlier. Yeah, I'm actually glad you made it in here this, actually almost on time. Like, I was literally just starting out, and there you were, and it was like, bam. Mm-hmm. No problem, dude. It kind of seems like something, that I would do. Oh, it's already on already at 91 degrees. Oh, damn. It's like 84 where I am right now. As you can see down here. You're lucky. Like, I still have to read an entire manual in order to figure out, like, the rules of the road. Also, congratulations! Welcome to summer break. Feel free to run wild and do whatever the flying fuck you want. uh, yeah, Frank gives some of the best hugs in the world. He's so soft and pudgy. Yep, you are correct. In case you guys haven't caught on, this is Krita. I discovered it a couple of years ago when I was just like, I was testing out the features of it, and I was like, you know, I could see this being of good use. A lot of what you're going to be seeing here nowadays is a lot of what you're going to be seeing here for the majority of the stream is mostly just going to be coloring and background work. These characters were already inked out. Also, hi Jeremy. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm not living in Texas right now. I mean, I can tolerate warm weather, but not where you're at. In fact, I remember one time in my area that the weather over here, the heat, got up to like 100. More than that, even. Like, it was so hot that nobody was outside. Nobody. Like, seriously, it was that fucking hot. What's up, Ice Luigi? I'm going back into the old grind, as I mentioned before. No, so I bet I wouldn't. You know, given its, weather troubles. excuse me. I remember the weather was so hot. Oh, damn! A drought? Oh, man. Oh, that's tragic. Oh, hi, Matthew. Welcome, welcome. It's extremely hot here. Feels 102. Jeez, it must be that damn hot then. We've got a few hot days. Yeah, I could see that. I can imagine. Let's see, I live in Ontario, Canada, and the weather is pretty much warm right now. Yeah, warm weather, like, I think weather that goes up to that height is mostly in the... It's usually the first sign of a very bad thunderstorm. Which we've gotten quite a few, and despite it, the weather over here, um, we've actually... The rain has actually helped make everything all green and healthy. Yeah, you could definitely cook bacon on the sidewalk. Grab some eggs on there, and you'd make a whole sunny side up sidewalk breakfast. Oh, congratulations! You're officially part of the graduate circle. I graduated a month ago, and I'm still trying to find work. Like I said, I've been trying to find work ever since I left college. Ever since I graduated. Yeah. I'm surprised nobody, like, has done that yet. Veggie sushi? That sounds tasty. Admittedly, I've never really had sushi, but I guess that's because I'm just not really that big of a fan of it. I mean, I have had fish before. I think the fish fillets are excellent. But other than that, I haven't had that much fish. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes two of us. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you had seafood allergies. Sorry you have to go through that, but I am glad that you're at least finding an alternative. Yeah, I remember fish sticks. I used to have those all the time when I was at my... I used to have those every so often whenever I went to my private school. I'm sure Matthew's alright. I don't think I'm really allergic to anything, and consider that a plus. Sushi lover here. Have you ever tried? Might want to go to Stanley, California veggie roll. My sister, I think I remember my sister having a few egg rolls every now and then. Hi, Ian. What's the matter, Matthew? You said you weren't really that good. You said you weren't feeling that good. And I know I really shouldn't, dig into people's personal life, but is there, like, something wrong, Matthew? Oh, crap. Oh, family. Yeah, I know what that's like. Like, I live in a house of four. My parents and my two sisters. One of them is certainly more tolerable than one is certainly more tolerable than the other, I can tell you that much. uh, dude, like, like nobody should treat their grandson like that. That's awful. I created a new character. Please do. I'm interested in seeing it. Yeah, like, despite all the shit that goes on in my household, I pretty much love my family. Even if they can be boundary pushing sometimes. What's up, Shay? I'm just doing mostly coloring and background work. I know the feeling family members can be really taxing sometimes. I do it. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I see. Well, here's hoping it all works out. Alrighty, I'll check it out. Oh my god, it's alive! Okay, I wasn't really expecting the face to be on the jacket. Oh, I can't believe I'm now seeing that. Oh, I can't believe I didn't even see them look at the message clear. I should have known it was like an anthropomorphic jacket. That was on my part. Shouldn't have read the whole thing. Should have read the whole thing before actually going in with open arms. Oh, we're talking about that guy? We're gonna call my skunk after Brand. Oh. I love to see it when it's done. Thoughts on fandom with your student topics. Yeah, people in the chat, you're not vit. Yeah, people in the chat, you're not dreaming. You're not drunk. You're not high. You're not even on a terrible medication. Someone actually made a fandom wiki where they documented their entire life in the form of a TV channel. All I can say is loser. Yeah. Hey, we got a couple people welcoming in Shay, and why shouldn't they? He's a really great artist. Damn. Change the hue a bit. To something a bit more lovely. Oh, it looks like this. Yeah. Yeah, check out the link that Nasser posted. And you can tell, and you'll see that I'm not kidding. And neither is he. I'll tell you why someone would do that, because they don't have a fucking life. I mean, sure, I don't really have, like, that much going on at the moment, but I'm still trying to, I'm still trying to find a job. Like, I'm applying to, 3 jobs a day. Style economic will be Brandy's fix up. Yeah. Fix up. Yeah, fix up indeed. Yeah, it's just nonsense beyond belief. Just do live vlogs if you're gonna do that. Yeah, exactly. Well, I hate to break your spirit, but that was over a decade ago, and I don't even care. My inner... My inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, what did you get? Hey, thank you, Shay. Frank is such a happy boy. He happy. Well, time to put in my usual signature. uh, yeah, I'm just reading what... I'm just reading what, Reg put in. Might as well make this, you know, the default signature, since there's gonna be quite a few. Again, Frank is my favorite that you created. I don't blame you. He's such an adorable character. That husky babysitter really did him wonders. Yeah, I really like how SpongeBob can just plaster CGI into scenes that are needed. Yeah, just look at his sweet little face. Well, looks like I'll have to, get this out of the way. Okay, now to put in, the date. Shit. By the way, I ended up seeing Toy Story 5, and I actually thought it was a really nice movie. What am I saying? It was wonderful. I loved it. Yeah, that is strange. Oh yeah, I remember that scene. Yeah, they did like, yeah, better than 4. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Yep, see, he and I are on the same page. Don't worry, I won't spoil a thing. I'm usually good at keeping spoilers to myself. See? I'm courteous. I respect people's boundaries. Alright. A mountain or stairs. Awesome. Yeah, I heard. I mean, at least Chris Phillips is doing a. I mean, at least Chris Phillips is continuing his legacy. Yeah, I can definitely remember that. Export. I haven't seen any of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh. I mean, I knew Marvel had a fan base, but I didn't know it went that deep. Any fan base is given to be toxic. Oh, you did? Nice. I found a baby bunny on my walk a few minutes, about half an hour ago. Hmm. Need to recaulk the bathtub? I see. Awesome. Yeah, I knew, I had a feeling she was a yeah, I had a feeling she was related to, David. Yeah, a baby bunny. I didn't even see it until it scampered away into the grass. Hi, Wade. Big floofy baby. He's a big floofy baby. I'm personally staying away from one universe. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, like, one of the only Marvel movies I've really seen was, Infinity War, and that was at a friend's birthday party. Also, yeah, I remember the splat. I don't know how I managed to, come across it, but the only thing I ever seemed to watch on that channel was, Rocco's Modern Life. And that was because I was a big fan of it. Yes, he is. So did I. Um, I saw that movie on Netflix. Actually, I saw it on Hulu. Yeah, what happened was that I ended up binging the entire Looney Tunes cartoon series, and yeah, season by season, and I ended up ending it with the day the Earth blew up, and got and man did Pete Brownguard go out with an astronomical bang. Werewolves of London. Ha ha. Seeing Seeing the day the Earth blew up was the first time in years I was ever excited seeing a movie in theaters. I see. Yeah, they really did an excellent job with it. Hell, I'm impressed that they managed to, Hell, I'm impressed that they managed to make something this outstanding. Yeah, keep in mind, there haven't really been that much traditional animated movies in theaters these days. Now, I get it. I get what they mean. It'll take a lot more time. Frame by frame is processed. Frame by frame is I get it. Traditional animation takes longer than CGI, but it would be nice to get it more often in theaters, especially nowadays. Oh yeah, they kind of do. Yeah, they don't really know what they're missing. I mean, I knew that movie exists, but wow. Yeah. Traditional animation is something that the industry is severely lacking on. Same here, dude. Okay, that's that bit done. Yeah, if you have a Hulu account or any other streaming service that carries that movie, now's your chance. Something I also really like about Krita is the general color palette. Is the general color palettes they have. So intricate. Yeah, as for me, I've been watching a buttload of shows and movies too. Like literally, like just last night, I was watching The Rescuers, and despite it being a very short movie with only 76 minutes, it was still a really nice animated feature. What helps is that like it was definitely a nice start for the people at Disney making like the first movie without Walt being involved. Create is perfect for me. It's simple and it does just about everything it needs to. Yep, you are correct. And these brushes are also superb. I recently recall watching this 90s comedy, Bill Murray saying, I think I've heard of What About Bob? Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that's right. Also got an American Tail on VHS. My Cup, if you And in case you guys are interested, my copy was printed on the 21st week of 1990. Frank Oz, Puppeteer on the Sesame Street and the Muppets. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did become a director. Yeah, that's right, he did become a director. And I think he also directed Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, the movie. Might as well be. Like I said, I might have mentioned this before, but I'm not sure. The only Don Bluth movie I've ever really seen in my childhood, at least, sparingly, is The Land Before Time. And yeah, it was a really nice movie. I don't know, I'm not sure what contributed to it being so big of a success that it deserved a lot of movies and a TV series, but whatever. Even The Rescuers Down Under isn't bad either. Yeah, I remember seeing that on Netflix. That was back when Disney, used to have a couple of their movies on streaming. Same with Robin Hood. Even yeah, Space Jam: A New Legacy was more or less a promo for HBO Max. And I'm not going to pretend and say it isn't. Because from what I've seen, it's more or less a promo for HBO Max disguised as a movie. Could you see that? Because I can. All Dogs Go to Heaven. I remember I think I have All Dogs Go to Heaven on VHS. What about Bob? Bill Murray and Rich Jackson never got along. Damn. Oh, jeez. It must have been some. It must have been. Jeez, they must have had some sort of trouble, like, even before then, if they were able to, like, have an altercation. Yeah, but at least when the first one did it, it was more so charming, in a way. That play also got, the movie also got a horribly animated series. A horrible animated series. Yeah, that was a thing. That's why a lot of people hate A New Legacy. Yeah, it was not. Yeah, it was just nothing but a giant HBO Max promotion. Little Shop of Horrors actually started. Yep, you are correct. It did start as a stage musical. I haven't felt motivated to see Space Jam Legacy either. From the bits I saw, it definitely was one. And to be fair, the first one was two. The new one looks like, double downs on that. Mm-hmm. And what's worse is that the Looney Tunes don't even get to be themselves for a majority of the game. Also, it wasn't just Richard that he had beef with. Damn. Yeah, I used to eat Arby's curly fries, and they were surprisingly delicious. Probably one of the only good things about Arby's, I can safely say. Yeah, it did have a killer soundtrack. Mm-hmm. I'll watch what you sent in a little while, Matthew. I'll watch what you sent in a little while, Matthew. I knew Space Jam: A New Legacy was going to be a failure when I saw the announcement and the trailer. And you're right. It does feel more like a promo for HBO Max than a movie. That's the sad... Yeah, that's sad. Venice is doing alright. That's all I can really say. I don't know 100% of her life. I don't know 100% of her life, but she's doing fine. Reuben sandwich? Not really. Though I have had a couple sandwiches before. Two of them I can name off the top of my head that aren't grilled cheese and PB&J are, meatball and panini. I could safely say that I definitely like the meatball sandwich a little bit more. That movie did feel like a cash grab. I mean, if you're gonna make a promo for HBO Max, just make a promo for HBO Max. We don't need hundreds of thousands of dollars down the toilet for something that is more than destined to fail. Can't go wrong with strawberry Pop-Tarts. Yeah, Meatloaf was... I haven't seen too much of Meatloaf, but from what I saw of him, he definitely had that charisma. Yeah, Nutella. I remember putting that on a sandwich, and oh, sweet Jesus, it was delicious. Mm-hmm. They're both tasty hot and cold. Third behind cookies and brownies. Yeah, have you ever tried microwaving cookies and brownies in the microwave? Oh, they're delicious. Preach it to the choir, man. Yes, Frank is. Yes, Frank is singing. Hmm. I'm not sure if Dane Bowl still has this, but he made like a video where he like made a chocolate sandwich, and I kind of followed his recipe. And the only difference is that I added Nutella to it, and it was so heavenly. Same. I've been cooking Pop Tarts in the toaster, and it's like they were tailor made for it. I haven't tried this yet. Wow. Wow, this is excellent. Wow, it definitely really makes this pop. Yes, I did. You're correct, Nasser. Can't go wrong with it. Yeah, Pop Tarts are just so delicious. Wait, you can do that? I never really heard of Pop Tarts being in the freezer before, but that's an interesting concept. Last time I tried Pop Tarts, I'm gonna say Sponge on the Run. Uh, I've never really seen Sponge on the Run because, well, it was just a bunch of leftover. It was like a handful of story ideas just cobbled together into one. Shh! I am about to defy you. Shh! I am about to defy you. That's the best bus. That's the best Bugs Bunny impression I'm gonna do. Yeah. What's up, Doc? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is actually one of the main stamp fun. This is one of the stamp tools that they have, and yeah, it does the job well. You want to know what else is cool? The fact that I'm named after him. Yeah, it did give off that impression. Yeah, he's got some nice singing. Also, hi, Angel. I wasn't expecting to see you at this time. I didn't actually name Frank after Frank Sinatra. This was just A random name choice. Yeah, what happened was that, when my house was still young, my parents were just living inside it. They turned on the TV in the living room, and The Mummy was on. And as soon as Brendan Fraser's name came on, they were like, "How about we name our child Brendan?" And that's how they named me. Yep, the more you know. Mm-hmm. I see. Mistakes happen. Meanwhile, my name is... Oh. Excellent. I remember growing up with, a few VeggieTales videos. I think I remember one of the first ones I've seen was, Duke and the Great Pie War. Ooh. Okay. My mom named me... Really? Hmm. Neat. You were named after Ken? I was named after my dad. Makes me think... Which makes me the junior in the family. In fact, both of us even have been asked on separate occasions if they were related to the famous player Reggie Jackson. Oh. I didn't know you were named after your dad. That's... That's actually sweet. Yeah, Bearcat. Like, who even names their son that name? Like, who even gives their son that name? I don't get it. Yeah, just be glad you weren't given an Yeah, just be glad you weren't named. Yeah, just be glad you're. Just be glad you weren't named after something very problematic or embarrassing. Hi, Alex. Oh yeah, those are both excellent videos. I think the latter was what got me introduced to the Micaiah. You know, that opera from Gilbert and Sullivan. Well, next up we got the Craggy Pants Gnarly. The Cranky Pants Gnarly. Same. I grew up with Steve being the host. Funny about that though, when I asked that, I usually said no. Hmm. Nice. Nice that your dad used to be an athlete. He indeed got bothered by something. Oh, damn. Double damn. Shit! My mom taught a student whose name was Zypher. Zypher isn't as stupid as that. I've heard of Zypher being used in a couple other places. I can't name it now, but I have seen it being used elsewhere. Yeah, it was their last video before they got bought out. And that lawsuit really did them dirty. Nice football. My dad actually used to play the saxophone, and he was actually in a band. Of course, Reg knows about this since I told him in one of his streams, but my dad, I think he used to play, I think it was either the baritone or the alto. Oh, brother, what did you do that? Oh, brother, what did Wilbur... Oh, brother, what did Wilbur do this time? Okay, take care, Shay. Nice having you on board. Yep, it was. My dad actually started getting back into playing music. This time on a keyboard that he got. My dad recently retired, which is a good thing considering he's 54. Ah. Okay. The only burger I've had was the standard cheeseburger. I like those kinds of burgers. Yeah, it is neat that he used to play the saxophone in his band. And as mentioned before, he started getting back into music as shown with his keyboard in his room. Oh, that's neat. That's fantastic. I still have yet to try a Big Mac. Like, I still have yet to try a Big Mac. I still have yet to try a Big Mac. I mean, it's true about onions, despite the fact that they irritate your eyes, they do bring in some very nice flavor. Cypher's better than being named something like North. No joke, that is one of Kanye West's kids. That's not a name, it's a direction. That's honestly true. Mm-hmm. He's trying to work out the kinks of it, though. Like, certain songs that just, that he has to practice on. He has to practice on. Oh, that's right, how could I forget about him? Yeah, like Billy West. Yeah, Adam West is a neat choice, too. I remember Smosh doing a one-off gag like that in one of their videos where, I think either... I think it was Ian that was watching TV and, like, there was this little one-off thing on the TV that was going like, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West decided to name their new baby hashtag Kim Ye. West? I thought it was West. Yeah, from what I've seen from Northern Callaway, he definitely did his best on Sesame Street. My friends had a pet rat. Oh, neat. Wow. Yeah. Guess it was a nice choice. Yeah, I think that was an excellent choice to name your rat Paper. I get it now. Jeez, what do you think he's gonna name their other children? East West, Southwest, West West. uh, Wait a second. Is that why Northern Callaway left? Is that why Northern Callaway left? Or was it something else? Jeez, what is he gonna do next? Name one of his future children Tesla? Please don't let it be the case. Wait, this is gonna be the 250th 4th of July? Holy shit. Oh yeah, I remember that review. Like, I remember he gave that movie a huge ripping. He's like, what is this? Like, this isn't how cowboys dress. This is like how ice skaters dressing up like cowboys dress. Wow. Wow, I never really thought of that. But yeah. Despite what this country has gone through in the last 250 years, I still love and support my country. It's one of my old favorites from... This movie has a surprising big cast for such a huge bomb. Yeah. A big cast, big bomb. Somehow the connections are just coming together. Oh, excuse me. Something I should mention when we talk about... Oh. Interesting. My character Randall was actually named after one of the villains in Monsters, Inc. Even though my country's gone and difficult. Yeah. You gotta be proud to be a nice citizen. Proud to be a citizen of your own country. Sure, I'm proud to be a citizen of my own country. I mean, where else is there to turn? Japan? Korea? Canada, even? My family always celebrates the 4th of July. It just feels right, you know? Mm-hmm. Venice and I have actually been brainstorming this Helicoprion character that's meant to represent the big shark boss. Surprisingly enough, also named Marlin. Like this. Get it? Like the fish? Fuck you. But anyway. Yeah. Venice and I ended up coming up with that character for the story that we're currently in that's currently in development. Once bitten, twice small fry. Once bitten, twice small fry. Where in one part, Gnarly goes over to the big shark boss to complain about Wilbur and how he wants a new best friend, and that's when he went into a backstory about his time with the dinosaurs, and once they were all wiped out, he was the last one to survive. And that's when he says, in true Marlon Brando fashion that a true partner can never be replaced. Yeah, and once you know it, you haven't been listening. Yeah, marlin is actually a type of fish. No, I did not. This gun character's outfit is actually a recreation of Marlon Brando's outfit. Oh. Awesome. Can't you hear me yell? You're putting me through hell, Stella! Stella! Yeah, here's another, gnarly drawing I've done in my time. Yeah. Yeah, if you know your Simpsons history, then you'll know exactly where that's from. God damn, I closed it out. Yeah, well, if you have to go, yeah, if you got other matters to attend to, I hope you have an excellent day. Thank you for joining, Matthew. Wait, Manny's last name is Burl? Oh, sweet. Yeah, Milton Berle, that's one of those old-timey comedians. I actually remember seeing a video from Media Mementos where he talked about, Milton Berle's time on Saturday Night Live and how much of a disaster that was. But despite all that, you can't really help but feel bad for the guy. He was setting up his grand return and, just showing people, like he was expecting this grand return to his form, but the problem with him was that he couldn't adapt. He couldn't adapt to the new. He couldn't adapt with the times. He just kept thinking to himself, "Hey, this stuff is funny. I mean, sure, like it's not for everybody, but it'll get a laugh. I just know it." And I think I remember he made an appearance in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Might be able to see Jackie Slash, also a stand-up comedian who's based on the late Robin Williams. I see. Nice. I have a comedian character myself, Hardy Hyena. He's a regular mainstay at the Animalville Gutbuster Club. And every time he talks, he always has to tie it into a pun. Yeah. And he doesn't really care about the competition he has. He just continue enjoying. He just loves what he does best. He just he does what he loves best and laughing up a fit when necessary. Which is all the time. Alright. Indeed he is. Burl was known for being really difficult to work with. And SNL had a different approach and he couldn't gel with. Yeah. Like, I remember in one part of the video, Media Mementos talked about, like, well, him recounting what went on behind the scenes, and, like, as soon as Milton Berle was like, no, you see, this is gonna be funny, trust me on this. Like, as soon as he said that, he showed his hot dog, if you catch my drift. Yeah. Cool, I also have a character. Kelvin Mouse. I'd love to see what he's like. I'd love to see what he's like. Yeah, like, this was also one of the... Yeah, not to mention, during his on-stage speech, he was getting visibly angry. Because, well, nobody was laughing. Like, almost nobody in the audience was laughing. He had to keep stealing a Rodney Dangerfield joke to see if people will, like, to kind of, like, get attention of sorts. Yeah, he was also in the Muppet movie. Oh, nice. Rob Paulson's a nice choice. I could see him voicing this little shit right here. Good to hear. Yeah. I could see that. Oh yeah, Tom Kenny. I could see him being a good voice for that guy. I could. He's also my headcanon for Horace. Horace the lizard, Ernie my rat, and Aloysius my alien. Yeah. Yep. Glad you could be on the same page as me. Going back to what I said earlier about Milton Berle pulling out his hot dog in front of everybody in the writers' room. Unfortunately, that was a real thing that people used to do back in his day. He showed it off to everyone, and everyone just kind of looked at him like, okay, that was weird. They were just like, okay, that just happened. I think I remember that. Also, random note, he was even in the music video Rats Round and Round. Apparently his grandkids were there, really into the band. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. Especially, oh yeah, especially nowadays. Now that the rules have changed. Like, if you do so much as that, that's just... I think that's law breaking in a way. Like, nobody wants to see your hot dog out in public. Like, the only way you can be able to look at it is if you're in the bathroom. Jeff Barry had a Christmas song. Ding-a-ling! My ding-a-ling! I want you to play with my ding-a-ling! This act is over! Yeah, you're telling me... Yeah, anyway, the other person that was mentioned towards the end of the video that I was watching was, a similar situation where, for, Lucille Ball, when they were making the series, Love with Lucy. Like Milton Berle, Lucille just couldn't get with the times. Like, she refused again and again that the comedy that happened in I Love Lucy would still be fresh in the 80s, but it just wasn't enough. They even went as far as to cancel the show right in the middle of filming one of their episodes. Yeah, I haven't listened to Chuck Berry that much, but I'll have to take your word for it. Patrick, your genius is showing. Yeah, they have... there's so many hosts on that show that were so problematic that there's actually a whole ban list of hosts that are no longer allowed to be on Saturday Night Live. I think one of them was Steven Seagal. I can see why I prefer now between you and now I honestly prefer Mad TV. I just think that's a much funnier alternative to that show. Yeah. Despite the fact that he was deemed Saturday Night Live's cruelest host, he's still stuck around because of his connections. Yeah, tell me about it. Like, no joke, I remember seeing this one sketch where this tall guy was working at a fast food place, and he kept getting he kept getting bombarded by all these customers that were like toying around with his height. And one of them came and was like, hey, could you talk to my grandmother from heaven? And the dude was like, yeah. And then he takes down an imaginary phone, and he's all, your granddaughter's a little bitch. God. God. I really wish it stuck around a little longer. I really wish it did. I also remember seeing the McDonald the parrot the I also remember seeing the skit for a parody commercial for McDonald's where they introduced a fat ass meal, which was very clearly riffing on the supersized meal that McDonald's had a long time back. Yeah. Sure, while Mad TV weren't always consistent, when they cooked, they really cooked. Yeah, for sure. They really knew how to entertain. Yep. Believe it or not, that was the first Mad TV skit I ever watched in my youth. Yeah, I was a kid when I was watching that stuff. Another short another skit I can remember was this ad where they were parodying a Pizza Hut commercial, and it just turned into like a big it just turned into one big stereotype. Of course, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but I think you can see where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. I remember The Simpsons like riffing on Saturday Night Live when they put Krusty on board as a host on the back in the episode where Bart gets a big brother after his father forgot to pick after Homer forgot to pick him up from soccer. And it's like he was on the TV and is like, anyway, we got a big show for you all. We got a great show for all of you. Actually, the last half hour is a real garbage dump. Uh, cut to commercial. Yeah. This picture right here is Randall pretty much getting launched into the air because he's an unfortunate little snake. uh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it seemed like he was really going places, but then out of nowhere his wife murdered him on the spot. I mean, if they're gonna bring that character back, I mean, they could at least bring in Billy West or hell, even Matt Berry. They've done some spot on Phil Hartman impressions. In fact, Billy West's character for Zap Brannigan, like the voice anyway, that was his little tribute to Phil Hartman. Why did I even sign up for this? Why did I even sign up for this? Mm-hmm. If only he, if only he'd lived to see, the Simpsons movie. Funny thing about that part I mentioned, one of the proposed ideas for a Simpsons movie was, I think, Phil Hartman was, like, kind of proposing on that. But I guess they couldn't figure out a way to work with that character, so yeah, the script for that movie had just spent years in the oven. Went through different writers and yeah, it took a while, but we finally got the movie we all knew and love. That's just his little sleeveless sweater. It's a slip-on sweater. Like seriously, every morning when he wakes up in his tree, he slithers over to his sweater and just slips it on. With all the acts that have been banned, I look at some of them and wonder, why did you think end well with this group? Yeah. Thank you. He really digs that sweater. Awesome. I'd love to see what she's like. Wait a second. Oh, now I see what's going on. Shit. Yeah, what's actually going on here is that Randall's being buffeted by the wind. I can't believe I didn't see the little waveforms right there until just now, but that's apparently what he's doing. Why do you think this would end? Well, with this group. Yeah, I feel you right there. Many thanks. It's going good for me so far. Still job searching as always. Yeah, it's very tough. But I'm still trying. So far, all I've been getting was emails from the companies that were just like, "Hey, we got back to you. Unfortunately, we decided to hire another person in place of you." Like, jeez. Really? Hmm. I'm not really sure what that's like over here in Illinois, but if I can get paid for having a driver's license, then sign me the fuck up. I enjoyed the pandemonium when Fear and Hawkwood Man got on there. They were they were pretty much heckling the audience. Apparently John Belushi was a huge fan of the group and got them in. Ooh. Sweet. Yep. I mentioned it a few times before. But yeah. They were known for doing that in old shows. They even had a full mosh pit that turned into a riot. I've seen them live, they still kick ass. Awesome. Yeah, my one peeve with this program is that I keep forgetting this sometimes, but you know how Control Y is still like is usually the command to redo? Well, I do that, and look what happens. It enables soft proving. And it wasn't until I found out a little after that the actual command to undo is Control Shift Z. I think one of the funniest scenes I've ever written was when Mike Jackson took his tango with a vacuum cleaner. Oh god! I'm still sad that Larry Boy movie got canned. There was a reason it got. I guess part of the reason it got canned was because it was in the hands of someone with an. It was in the hands of an AI company. Yeah, if you're wondering why, like, the undos are, out of whack. Actually, I think it's the redo. Yeah, because Control Y is to turn on the soft proofing. And if you want to redo something, instead of doing Command Control Y, it's actually Control Shift Z. Same could be said for like the Adobe products. Makes sense. Hopefully, real animators can get a hold of it. But at the same time, VeggieTales and all big ideas should be independent from Hollywood. Yeah, they should. Yeah. I don't even think could have salvaged it. I could try. Well, I gotta take care of this tub and get to caulking. See you later. Hopefully, Randall's a soft landing. Yeah, I hope so too. Most of the time, he just collapses onto the ground, but sometimes he gets a soft landing. Well, anyway, take care, Reg. Glad for having you on board. Glad to have you in the stream. It's neat that someone is using Photoshop too, even though I use a mixture of Photoshop and Procreate. Hey, I use Procreate too! A lot of people were using that program, so I was just like, why the hell not? And got it for myself. And I'm still in love with it to this very day. Those are some nice games. Let me know how you. Let me know what you think of it. Yes, I do. I actually start off the scripts as just I actually start off the story in notes, and once I have enough, I can like transfer them into a Google Doc, where some of the other elements needed for the script can be added and well, basically make the whole thing come to life. Yeah, to repeat myself, I usually start out the story with like an idea and I jot out the key components needed for it in the Notes app. Once I have enough, I translate that, I transfer those notes into a Google Doc where I can make the magic come alive. That is awesome. Yeah, kind of like what Ben does. I'm really intrigued to see what one of your scripts looks like. I'm kind of curious to know. Maybe I should do it a little longer. I think I've gotten the hang of this program. Now I can use these tools to their fullest advantage. Hoping they can ask Venice. Well, if you want to ask her about it, then you're gonna have to make a Discord account, because that's where she's the most active on. Yep, she helped me out with, yeah, she actually helped me out with a majority of, things, like, coming up with the characters of Trixie and her bakery, as well as the brainstorming for other shark characters, like, Abe, who's a Greenland shark, and Jimmy, who's a swell shark. Abraham acts as like a Mr. Magoo type of character, where he gets himself into crazy scenarios, but he always ends up okay. And Jimmy, since he's a swell shark, and since swell sharks tend to, like, breathe in air to swell up their bodies, we were just like, hey, what if we made him like a nervous wreck? And thus he was created. Also, yeah, Blue Sky would be excellent. I think this blur tool might be my new favorite. Definitely gives off that nice, painted feel. Yeah, I think, after this one, I'm probably gonna wrap up right here. Wait, where's the wind taking me? Put me down! Wait, where's the wind taking me? Put me down! You know, I think the best thing to cost more. Yeah, see, I told you it would help you. Told you they'd be pretty nice you know, muse builders. Actually, I think hey, maybe I could try this. Maybe I can do all this on my own. I just gotta keep watching these videos, take notes, and yep. Because I could safely say that we could probably do better. I honestly, what am I saying? Like, we can we could do better than whoever's in charge of the writing on SpongeBob these days. Wow, I think I've really gotten. Wow, the Blender Blur tool seems to be my favorite. Yeah, believe me, you'll definitely make it work. Damn it. Yep, see, we're on the same page here. Yeah, I have to pitch it over. I have to work a little bit on my pitch Bible some more before I can actually go ahead and fax it away to, or email it to Cartoon Network. And if not, then if my idea doesn't go through, I always have a plan B. Zubilee Junction. It's basically where it's where a bunch of animals are residing in a city zoo, and they all treat it like a bustling town. Mm-hmm. Okay. Looks like this'll be the last one I do for this stream. just in time too, because I really need to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Yeah, it's pronounced like... Yeah, this is its actual name. There's also another, idea I have going around, that I, created recently. I call it, Dream Hoppers. It's where this, team of anthropomorphic animals, travel to children's dreams and fix their everyday problems. Yeah, like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hoping to get this, off the ground at some point. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed my stream, and tune in next week where I do it all over again. Until then, this is me signing off.